start that streaming now. Okay, it looks like you can take it over, Presidu.
Very good. All right, welcome everyone. I want to welcome our special guest, Salifu. Can you help me with the pronunciation of your last name?
It's Salifu Kwesi. The Salifu is Salifu.
Okay,
And then your last name?
Kwesi.
Quincy.
Yes, Kwesi. Yes.
Very nice.
very
Okay, well,
good.
thank you for that.
Well, we welcome Salifu, and we will go ahead and start with some team introductions. We did, Kevin and I did meet him on Friday with our meeting with the Ghana team, but all of the team is present today. So we want to go ahead and introduce a little bit about ourselves. I'll go ahead and go first. I'm the CEO of Give Basic Needs. My background is I was a social worker before. I've been a registered nurse as well, and now we are happily enjoying the foundation and spreading happiness. So yeah, a little bit about me.
Great.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Kevin Calusi, Abbie's spouse, but I'm also the CFO and CTO, and I sit on the board, which Abbie does as well, of Give Basic Needs. Also does business as who does business for the Calusi Family Foundation. I focus on technology, making sure that all of our background systems are there for compliance and accounting purposes, as well as the financial investing of the portfolio of the organization and all financial transactions. We balance the books actually. So yeah, so that's pretty much what we do, and or what I do, and we can go ahead and you can keep going. Yeah.
Yeah. How about Luke? You want to tell us about your role and a little bit of background about yourself?
I'm Luke. I'm a board member and the advisor. I work in assisted living,
Very good.
Great. And you live in
Seattle, Washington.
Seattle, Washington, right? Currently, the president and myself are in Texas, but we don't live here. We're just travel. We travel full time in our van, Salifu, and so you'll see us. We're in all different places. But right now, today, we're in Texas. So Luca's in Seattle, Washington, and yeah, go ahead.
Very good. Ben, I think you already are familiar with, but go ahead and introduce yourself, Ben.
Okay, so I'm Benjamin Alangira. I'm the multi-platform content and engagement manager. Yeah, also handling media and other compliance stuff.
Great.
Yeah, and also I'm just interested in photography and tech. Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
great.
Very good. All right, Daniel, you want to go ahead?
Hi, I'm Daniel. I'm the vice president and I sit on the board. I'm a chef and I live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Very good. And Elaina?
I'm Elaina. I am the secretary and a member of the board, and I have a background in marketing, but I currently work in customer service for an insurance company here. And I live in Oregon, which is just north of California.
Very
Great.
good. Yes. And Salam, go ahead. Have you introduce yourself?
I am Salam, and I am the Country Director of Operations and Support for Ghana.
Excellent. All right. Salifu, if you want to give a little bit about your background to the rest of the board, and we'll kind of go from there with some questions too.
Okay, that's great, and thank you for the introduction.
Sure.
So I'm Salifu Kwesi, and I hail from the north. The deeper, actually, where I come from is deeper than where Salam is coming from.
Okay.
So yes, I predominantly school in the north, but I came to the South Accra to do my first degree. I did my second degree also in Accra. So I actually did two masters, one in finance and the other in accounting.
Okay.
Uh, I'm currently doing my PhD in accounting and finance. I'm a chartered accountant as well as a chartered tax practitioner.
Okay.
I currently transition from one job to another. I serve as a Deputy Group CFO for a conglomerate McDonald group of companies. And at the moment, the new company I've joined, I'm the finance controller for an IT company, which is based in Mauritius. So, my paid time job is that with Mauritius company. I also serve as a partner for a business consulting firm called Ask for Business Consult, which is interested in business advisory services. And I'm associated to about two consulting firms as a freelance consultant. Um, my expertise has by far has been predominantly in business advisory services, which has to do with fundraising, that's fund mobilization, either facilities or grants. I've been in respect to accounts preparation and compilation. I've also done works in respect to training that has to do with business setups for small holder farmers. I've worked with Ghana Pottery Project in training small pottery farmers in how to put their accounts together. I work with Exim Bank and in helping small holder farmers and meeting some financial data setups for facilities and that. And so I've had partnership with people in helping them put their businesses in order. So that has been either through a full time where I work as a part time for it or just on my own. So I've created a firm that predominantly take care of that, but I also have full time job that I do concurrently, and as well as also a student. So I am also and I'm married with kids. So predominantly that is all about me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. What
That's
a
great.
beautiful story. What a beautiful story. Yes. Just so you know, we have three children, the Presido and I, and they are Luke, Daniel, and Elaina, who are on this call. So
Oh, great,
our
great, great,
children,
great.
yeah, our children are here with us, but they also sit on the board of the foundation, and they are all grown up. So it sounds like your children are smaller. How old are your children?
Um, we are a very young couple, and my firstborn is 3,
Uh,
second is 2, the last is 4 months.
oh my
So
God,
we are
you are a busy
very,
man. You are a busy.
yes.
You are a very busy man. I remember those days. Great. Well, we are very family oriented, and as Salam has a family, uh, it's just an important part. So we understand, and we work. I think one thing that's important to communicate is we all work very hard at what we do, but we all realize that. Family is important and health is important. And so, for reasons of that, we don't put extreme pressure on ourselves. We put pressure from within to do the right thing and to execute in a timely manner. So, we understand if children get sick, we understand if you get sick, et cetera, et cetera. So, I think it's an important part of our culture at Give Basic Needs is that we work very hard and but at the same time we respect individuals' personal lives, their family lives, and we value the health of individuals because again, without all of you on this call, we would be nothing. And so we're only as strong as our strongest people, and that's why we're grateful to have you on this call, Salifu.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's an honor to me to be part of this thing.
Thank you so much.
Very nice. So one question I kind of have off the bat, it seems like you're extremely, extremely busy, have lots of avenues and education and business opportunities. How will Give Basic Needs kind of fit into everything that you're already doing? What do you see like a work week as, times, phone calls, maybe travel? Can you kind of envision that for me?
Yes, when I had a conversation with Salam, I've already envisioned the kind of work that is needed from me, and I don't see it to be any problem at all because, as you may well know, because of where we are coming from, it's a survival mode. So we've blended this work for so long that it is not a problem if we are executing it. So I don't see it to be a challenge in getting it done because I've multitasked for so many years.
Okay.
Yes. So it's not a problem at all. I'll be able to manage however it comes. Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
I think that to
Go ahead.
follow up with the president's question, our concern that we have is we know
Yes.
that no matter how you do, there's only 24 hours in a day. And so,
Yes.
with the responsibility of children and other obligations, education, et cetera, we just need to know from you that that you're committed to the project. And that I don't say that we need to be not, as I stated earlier, you don't we don't need to be your number one priority, because clearly your health and your family all comes first. But we do need to be a priority, because is what we don't want is a situation where we launch into a grant program in a half as we refer half baked, right, or partially done manner. We need full commitment to, because we are new at this as well. We're going to need maybe more guidance than others, and I know Salam can provide that. Benny may have input on that. Elaina has some experience in the grant space, at least from an educational perspective, and as does Abbie. But we don't want to launch into something as in a way that we would refer to as half-ass, right? So we need to be committed in a way that is going to make us successful, and we just need to hear that commitment from you, so that we can be assured that all of these other things won't get in the way of being successful at Give Basic Needs.
Yeah. So for commitment, I think you have my full commitment. Beyond the work itself, it is about the idea and the mission for which the Give Basic Needs is in existence. That is the motivation that actually, when Salam discussed with me, I told him that this is something that I would like to be part of. So it is beyond the work itself. It is me being agreeing to the mission and the vision that Give Basic Needs wants to achieve within Ghana and especially and the northern part of Ghana. So it is beyond the work itself. It is something that I want to get to be sure it is done and done right. So you have my full commitment to make sure that any responsibility assigned to me, it is done to the best of my ability.
That's beautiful. And
Okay.
there's no bigger compliment than to have someone share the belief in a vision in which you've created. And I think we should all feel honored to have you recognize our efforts and be on board. So super, very, very grateful for that. And we accept your commitment, and we are very grateful for it.
Yeah, I'm honored. Thank you.
Thank you, as are we.
Yeah. Luke, did you have a question or any comments for Salifu?
What are your degrees in? You sound quite educated.
Can you repeat that again, please?
What are your degrees in?
Okay, so my first degree is in accounting.
Uh-huh.
My first master's is MBA Finance.
Mm-hmm.
My second master's is MPhil in accounting. My PhD is in accounting and finance. And
Wow.
professionally, I've chartered in accounting and I've also chartered in taxation. So that's my
Oh,
area.
that's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Excellent. Excellent.
That's great. It sounds like you are very, very oh, sounds like you are very very qualified to handle this. And how long? So, in your role, I just have a follow up to Luke's question, I guess. In your role, um, that you'll be taking on at Give Basic Needs as this grant writer position, how long have you actually been doing that part of your work? And can you tell us about a project that you maybe have done that's similar, or is this all new territory and we'll learn it together?
Okay, so in respect to fundraising, I started in 2018 because my first job was with a consulting firm, which called Solution Consulting. And predominantly what we do is to help farmers and other business owners to source funding, which could come in a form of loan or grants. So that was actually that gave me the motivation to also open a firm for myself. So that has been my start right from university first degree. That's what I started doing. So as I mentioned earlier, I've worked with the government in helping smallholder poultry farmers within the Born Ahafo region of Ghana to source funding with Exim Bank. So I have a fair idea because they were concessionary loans in nature, and you are to help them to put their accounts in order to be able to like loan ready for the or facility ready. And beyond that, I've also worked with a couple of organizations in sourcing grants from AFDB. And it's one of the project was a rice project in the Binduri Sindaba East region. So it was a grant that we applied for them and were successful about 3 months ago. So they are to implement a rice project there. Beyond that, I've worked with a group called Abanga Group, which we took them to Liberia also for a rice project. And they were funded by MIDA, which I predominantly work on that project for them to secure the funding for Liberia and that of Sierra Leone. So in grant application, I've worked on with AFDB and as well as MIDA. These two projects I've been predominantly involved in it. If it is corporate funding and those things, that one is quite a number.
Yeah, beautiful,
Oh,
beautiful. Great
very
work,
good,
great
very
work.
good. Elaina, how about you? You have any questions or comments for Salifu?
I'm interested to know like your writing process and how you would go about writing the grants and that kind of like mental and kind of step process that you go through or you would go through writing the grants.
Okay, so in respect to the writing of grants, predominantly it has always been just like the grant requirements. So, for instance, when we're doing the AFDB, it was more of an application site. So it's more like you are completing a form. So when we come, you are completing self from the business name and all the way to the project description and all the information that is needed, the turnover and those things. And there are sections where you're supposed to provide upload the supporting documents, which has to now deal with the financial statement and other things. But every section that is given within the platform, it is predominantly a write-up of either you are writing on the staff strength, you are writing on what exactly the business is about, you are writing on the project that you are trying to execute. So the requirement of that or a particular questionnaire will tell what you should input in. And so that basically is just like a form that you are completing and submitting as and when you are done till when you're supposed to upload supporting documents and you do the upload. So every financier or grant platform will tell exactly the kind of information they are looking for. So it is a site or a form that we are completing. And that's what we did for Midan as well as AFDB.
Great. Just one follow up on that. Do you see, Salifu, do you see this common? So I guess my question is around the it kind of follows up to Elena's as well, I guess, is that how do you if a grant is identifiable and we provide it to you or you identify a grant or Salam does or Benny or Luke or Daniel, anyone, Presidu, and we give this to you, do you find that the grants are typically found on a common platform where all grants are submitted, or are these individual, do you tend to find these types of grants on individual sites that offer grants? Do you know what I'm saying? Like, is there a portal for all the majority of the grants that you find, let's say 80% on one portal where grants are posted and money is made available, and then you find them there and fill out the requirements? Or is that you find typically uh, Google searches and finding an individual foundation or an individual something that's offering an individual grant? Which way do you see that going? And maybe if you could channel your answer to how you would see it for Give Basic Needs if we were focused on medical treatment and testing, for example, or boreholes.
Okay, so by far it has by far what we've been contacted on has always come from the client. The
Mm-hmm.
client says, okay, this is the grant that I have. This is the link and all the sites that is there. He shares those links with us. We go onto the platform to study and understand exactly what they are requiring. And our job is now to make sure that we complete it and put the company in the light that they will be qualified for the grant. So
Mm-hmm.
by far, it has been from the client perspective.
Okay.
But I do know that if probably you are looking for a grant predominantly for agri, and you go to AFD website, you are likely to see all the the the, the grants for the year in respect to what they want to do and what they want to achieve. In respect to basic needs, so that is to say, if maybe there's an opportunity for World Food Program to do a project, when you go into their site, you should be able to see the kind of strategy and ambitions they have for 2026, where they are looking at and what they want to do. That will give us an insight onto what this World Food Program, this is what they are targeting at, and these are the people they intend to partner with, and we can use that maybe because they are definitely under their website. You see a call for application.
Mm-hmm.
The call for applications would have spelled out what they want to do.
Uh-huh.
So I think this time is even a good time for us to visit WHO, which probably now leads to the health, to see what are the things that they want to roll out for Africa, and as well as maybe Ghana and our region to be specific.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in respect to food sustainability, World Food Program too is there, WFP, that we can look at to see what is their program for 2026 and where do we fit in with Give Basic Needs and
Mm-hmm.
other programs, USAID. And I think predominantly we have gotten those requests from the client, and then we follow up to make sure that we put the company in a position that they can qualify for it. But to be part of people that will now have to look for the fund, and what that means that we need to visit these donor organizations, and yes, and definitely we should be able to see programs for this 20 for the coming year 2026, and we can position ourselves to be able to qualify for them.
Okay, great. So just so everybody understands who's on the call, it sounds to me like us as an organization with a grant coordinator who is a position. So Salifu, this is some information for you. We plan on hiring into the Tamale office, our Tamale office, someone we're referring to as a grant coordinator. So this will be a contractor. We are all contractors of Give Basic Needs. There are no employees, but this will be a contractor who I mentor on the organization, and they do some of this research to identify these types of grants. And what it sounds like is, let's just go through a flow so that I can see it in my head and maybe others can as well. As this grant coordinator would do some searches on the World Health Organization, for example, identify some needs and some opportunities in the north of Ghana around food, medical, or shelter, and then they would um, let's use the term bubble them up to the CEO, and the CEO with the C-suite with myself and looking at the financials would then maybe filter out a few more of those or send two or three of those to you to do some research on Salifu, and then you would tell us, okay, this one looks like it is a good fit, and these two, maybe you would rank them one, two, three. This we have a high probability of getting. This we have a medium. This we have a low, and then when you get that back to us, then the Presidio would make the decision. Okay, while the medium one, the number two might not be the easiest one to get, this is the one we know we can execute on. And so let's go for number two. At that point, we would go to you, Salifu, and say, okay, number two, let's go with this one. And then you would begin to delve into writing the application to put the organization in the best light to secure those funds, so that then the grant coordinator, wrapping it fully back around, the grant coordinator in the Tamale office would then be in lockstep with you to make sure that they understood exactly what was required from the execution standpoint. And then the Presidio and myself would make sure the resources were available to actually execute. And obviously, Salam, Benny for the compliance capture, the documentation would all be then there to confirm that, in fact, we delivered on what we had said after the grant was gotten. Does that sound like a flow that's that's accurate, Salifu?
That's a perfect flow. Perfect flow.
Okay.
It's in sync. It's in sync.
Okay, great, great. So, this catches all the board members up as to what it is we're thinking, and more specifically, I think it identifies exactly Salifu's role in this group, in that he is committed to the application submission process and the procurement process for Give Basic Needs, not necessarily the identification of grants. That will be up to the rest of the individuals in the group, whether that is Salam, Benny, myself, Luke, Daniel, Elaina, or this new grant coordinator position. Great. Okay. I'm glad. I hope that made it clear, and please correct me if I'm wrong, Salifu.
Yeah, that makes it correct, please. That's correct.
Okay, great, great.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you.
Daniel, how about you? Do you have a question?
Salifu, what's your favorite food?
Yeah, that's a good one.
uh, Banku and okra soup.
Oh my God!
Hey,
Now
Banku has a lot of favorites.
now we have an official food group in the Ghana effort, because I know that is Salam's and Benny's favorite as well.
Banku.
Banku.
It's becoming a universal thing.
Yeah. That's beautiful. I love that. That's a great question, Daniel.
Do you remember making it, Danny?
Nope.
No. And that.
We did when we were in Salifu, just so you know. So Daniel and I volunteered in Ghana for 3 weeks, and part of our goal, or part of our work that we did, was to cook for children and then feed them at the schools. And so
Oh.
Well, one of the dishes we obviously made some jollof and these types of dishes, but we also made banku one day as well. And we see and know just how hard it is to make. It is very difficult to make. So I understand why you like it. It is not my favorite, but I'm glad that you all enjoy it.
Great.
That's
Great.
great. That's great. Good question, Daniel.
Very good. Okay.
I have a question for Salifu. So this is kind of a it's kind of like Daniel's question, I guess. A follow up to his is it more important to be a leader or a follower?
Um, I think this circumstances define itself. A circumstance might demand that you need to step up and make sure that you lead the process.
Hmm.
Another circumstance will mean that you need to lay back to make sure that uh, people take the mantle and you support them.
Uh-huh.
So I think at every point in time, you as an individual should know when you should act as a leader and when you should also have to listen to someone and follow their steps. So
You,
I'll just leave it at that.
yeah, that you aced it. You aced my question. It's one that I love to ask people because your answer is the right one. It depends. It depends on the
Yeah,
situation, as you said. Sometimes you have to step up and lead, and sometimes you have to stay back and know when to follow. Because someone who
yeah,
always tries to lead is not good for the organization, and someone who always wants to follow is not good for the organization. So you aced it. It was a good question, and you answered it perfectly. So thank you for that.
yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm wondering, like, tell me about a time when you did not get a grant and kind of how you reacted. Why do you think you didn't get it? Were you able to know why you didn't get it? And kind of the steps afterwards, what do you do?
Okay, so there was a, I think one WFP, and so when these projects come, there are times where my input is just limited to the financial model. So one of the things that I'm extremely good at is modeling.
Hmm.
So you can get someone who's been contacted for the project and the person wants you to just come and build up the whole model for them. So you understand the project that they are working on. Then you put the figures and write up a model for them to infuse into their plan and as well as in response to their grant application. So your role is just limited, let me say, literally to figures.
Hmm.
So that is what you are building up and for them. So there
Hmm.
was one WFP project they were working on. Sometimes um, some companies, as you mentioned, are not really fit for the project.
Hmm.
But we go ahead with the application because the client is either he has network, he has spoken with someone and is very confident that he's going to get it. So you have to make sure that you get it done. So that WPFP project, we did not get it. And in my own estimation, I felt that the firm was not ready for the project. They do not have the capacity, do not have the right team to execute, and I think WFP was right for not even granting it. But how did I take it? Because I already know within internally as an organization, they were not that fit for that purpose. I think it was okay. Uh, and beyond that, I think it also boils into the room of how do you take failure. It's fine. It's part of life. It's part of development. It gives you insight to learn to do better next time. So, which one of the guys I discussed with, which who contacted me for the model, I believe we should be open and advise the client that this thing, the way the requirement and what they want, you do not have the right fit for it. The company is not fit for it, and we do not have to spend money because at the end of the day, when we build out the model, we have to charge you anyway.
Hmm.
But
Right.
we should have been open and indicated those things. So I think that's what I have to say.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Excellent.
I think that's really
Yeah.
good, and I think that Salifu, what you're gonna find with our organization is we're set on 100% transparency in everything that we
Yeah.
do, from the financial side to also the advice side. So if you see something that is thus doesn't look right because of your
Yeah.
experience, because of your experience, your education, etc., please do not hesitate to reach out to anyone on this call or in this call. We have this call every week. You're always
Yeah.
welcome. And it's a place for you to voice concerns about, because we want to act efficiently as well, because we know
Yeah.
every dollar that we spend on administration, that's a dollar we don't spend on test kits or
Yeah.
immunizations or things like that.
Yes.
So it's very
Yeah.
important that you feel you have a voice here,
Yeah.
and it's important that you use it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Excellent.
Yeah. I perfectly agree.
Good, good.
For the board, does
John
anybody
S. Ben.
else
Oh, yeah.
any more questions from the board? No,
Then
let's
maybe
see.
Benny or Salam.
Okay. Ben or Salam, do you have any questions for Salifu?
No, not for now.
Okay.
Okay.
Benny, how about you?
I don't have a question at the moment also. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Great.
Let's see. Did you want to talk about
The comments.
yeah, the compensation and kind of how the structure, the role?
Yeah, so
Okay.
Salifu, I guess again, in all transparency, we've talked a little bit to Salam about the compensation that you would be expecting, um, and how that would work. If you could go over, um, just verbally, how we and yeah, go through the process of how we onboard you or you onboard us with regards to payments, with regards to compensation, with regards to these things. There was some talk about us providing some Starlink services for your network and for your team to use. That could be an option. We're open to anything. I think the key is that uh, you just let us let's talk about the onboarding process and what kind of commitments financially we're talking about, as we use your services, because obviously you have needs as well.
Okay. All right. So before I go into the compensation and the figures itself, beyond that, those figures and motivation, the most highest compensation is making sure that the mission is achieved, the objective on which the basic needs is set up is achieved. So whatever I have to do as an individual, part of a team to get it done, I think that is the first motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in respect to the professional fees that we've been doing, first I have three ways of invoicing or pricing.
Mm-hmm.
One is an outright invoice before we actually kickstart.
Okay.
So we invoice the person on this is what we've seen, this is the scope of work, this is what we think we are likely to do, this is the amount of time we think we must spend on this. So here's your invoice.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll give you the pro forma, we go to and fro and we agree on something. Payment terms are agreed, then we kickstart.
Sorry,
The other is
sorry, really quick. Is that per, is that done like per grant application? So if we were to choose throughout the course of 2026, three grants that we wanted you to help us with, we would get three invoices, or is it more of like you're retaining us to evaluate and all three would be included? How does that work?
okay. So I think what I've just picked by far is based on a project. That means project means is in respect to the grant. But this, because it's an engagement, all kinds of conversation and all things can be redesigned to meet what
Sure.
we want to achieve. So it is not like a straight jacket has to be this, it has to be that. So if, okay, this is what we want to do for a year, so we want the conversation to be for this year,
Mm-hmm.
then we can have a conversation surrounding that. But
Okay.
going back to what I was trying to say in respect to the pricing, so there's an outright pricing and
Mm-hmm.
there's an hybrid. Hybrid is a percentage of the pricing as well as a success.
Mm-hmm.
And the funnel is purely only on success. So what that means that if there's any bit of commitment, it will just be basically on logistics. But we will not have any advance to us until we're being able to secure the grant.
Mm-hmm.
Then a percentage of the grant or the money that has been accrued is given to us.
Mm-hmm.
So they have these three hybrids that we've been doing. What that means, at every point in time, you're having a conversation and tabling out all these modalities, and the client or the ones you are working with agree on, okay, we would like to go this way, we would like to go this way, we would like to go that way. Because the success fee rate might deter someone and say, no, let me just clear you off. So when I get my grant, I don't have to deal with you with anything.
Mm-hmm.
Someone say, okay, no problem, I'm okay with it. Let's go until the grant is achieved, then we get something on it. There are processes that come under it, which will indicate in the point where it is successful. This is the rate. When it's not successful, this is what we are supposed to do as well. And to the extent that it is not successful and the unsuccessful nature is not attributed to me, it's not directly attributed to me, then we can have a conversation. But it can't be directly in war or partly attributed to me, then I do not even have to have a claim at all. Yes, so that is what I've been doing by far.
Mm-hmm.
Because I am more motivated by the mission first, what I would like to is to have you throw the ball first, then I can come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay. And can you give me an idea? Okay, so so one thing that I want to just give you a little bit of technology background because this will help you immensely, I believe, is we have used. Have you ever heard of a product called Notebook LM?
So not really, but what happened
It's
is that
okay.
when I went into the I think your app,
Hmm.
this before I actually even joined the call, I saw the notebook LM, but I didn't really go into it to see
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. So I can explain really quick what it is. So basically,
Yeah.
this is an artificial intelligence tool provided by Google, and is what it
Yeah.
knows. The only thing that it knows are what its sources are. So, like if you
Yeah.
have a source that is a tax document and you put it into this notebook LM, it will only know about that tax document. It will not go to the internet and try and determine things, etc. But it has knowledge, general knowledge about tax reporting, etc. So you can ask
Yeah.
it to formulate not only um, paragraphs, documents that can ease your grant writing skills,
Yeah.
but you can ask financial questions of it. And so, is what we've done is we have this Notebook LM tool that we use from Google, and it has 60 plus sources of data. Everything that pretty much everything there is to know about our organization is put into a large language model, which is what Notebook LM is. So this is
Great.
like a knowledge base of everything that is known about our organization. Literally everything. Every event we've done, how much it cost, our taxes that were filed, our income that was earned in 2022, everything. And so this
Yeah.
is a huge resource to you that I feel you can leverage to produce content that's relevant about our organization in a very quick and efficient way.
Great. Great.
And so this is something that Ben and I work a lot on because it has to do with our compliance. And so and it also we also feed it all of our blog information. So when Benny writes a blog, that information ends up in this tool. So if you ask it about our last medical event, it will tell you all of the details about where it took place, how many people were there, everything in a textual, conceptual way. And so this is a very powerful tool that I think will help you. And Benny, you can comment on this as well. That will help you write grants in probably the fastest way with the least amount of effort that you've ever experienced. Benny, do you have a
Oh, great.
comment on that as far as am I overstating it or understating it, or can you provide some insight?
Yes, it's actually a great tool, and it has been helpful for me in my role as far as gathering or getting information concerning give basic needs. You know,
Yeah.
we feed it in with all the websites, every little thing about us, so it's easy to go to access anything at all. Yes,
Yeah.
instead of searching it on individual websites or going to a different place to check, when you go in there and you ask, it's able to give you straightforward answers and answers strictly tailored to what Give Basic Needs is all about. Unlike any random AI model that sometimes just make assumptions, this is just meant to give you results specific to what we have asked it to give. So I think it's actually been a great tool for me, and coming up, if you want to use it, it will actually be helpful in getting figures, number of projects executed per year, any amount spent. All that data has already been pre-sourced there. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
and
great.
yeah, so this would be something that you would have access to, obviously, as a team member that should enable. It's funny because I say that it knows more than I do about the organization, and I helped found it. It really does.
Yeah.
So this type of tool is something that you'll have access to and could help you, right. But I digress. I just wanted to let you know that this type of the when it comes to this type of technology and these uh, artificial intelligence for practical use, we as an organization are probably more advanced than other organizations you've dealt with in the past. So we're hopeful that that brings you an easier way to apply for grants and makes you successful, because again, we want to make you successful because we're all on the same team after the same mission.
Yeah. 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 That's great. That's great.
Good,
And
good.
it's perfect.
uh yeah, sorry, so now back to my question is, based on the power of notebook LM, the infrastructure we have in place, etc., what size grants, if the president and myself and Salam and Ben, everybody on the team here was to start looking for grants. And we've never
Yes.
done a grant in the organization before, but we're very strong technologically. We have a strong mission, strong resolve, strong execution results. What size grant would you look for us for our first grant with you? Would you be looking in the 10,000 to 50,000 range? Would you be looking 50 to 250, or would you be looking at 250 to 500, or maybe even above 500 for our first one?
Okay. So I think uh, predominantly I'll have to look at past performance and past engagement to see how much we're able to do last year and last 2 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that can inform our ability to be able, like it can inform how much we can manage.
Uh-huh.
So if we've done a million before, then or for a particular year, then that means our grant request should be around that amount. If we've done, let's say, in the hundreds of thousands, then we should look at, because at the end of the day, even during the application process, this information I need to feed it to them,
Yeah.
and the capacity as an organization will also know, they'll know that we can manage this or we cannot manage this.
Yeah.
So I will definitely look at what we've done for the past couple of years,
Okay.
and that will inform, and also that will also tell when the applications or the call for applications come. Then it will also influence the ranking of what we can do and what we can't do.
Yeah.
Then we definitely advise ourselves that this is here, this is it, based on what this information. If we go to apply for this, it's likely they might have a question in mind on our ability to deliver. because we've not delivered something in that magnitude.
Yeah.
And so first is the size, the amount we've used before, and also even the number of people we've touched. You see, if we are in the northern Ghana and they want us to roll out a program for the whole country, the question, have you done that before? Or they want
Right.
us to roll out a program for the whole of West Africa. Have we done it before? Can we do it? These are the questions we ask ourselves as a team, and before we go ahead to do the application or to even consider that call for application. So what I can say is that first I have to review our performance for a couple of years, and that will also inform me in recommending a particular call for application from the grant coordinator.
Beautiful. That's a great answer, and I completely agree with that. Is that it needs to be practical, and your
Yeah.
answer goes directly to that. One thing that I wanted to ask you is that I think there's been some conversation between you and Salam regarding your access to Discord. So Discord is a tool that we use for all of our organizational communication because we are an international nonprofit. And so Discord is, I don't, are you familiar with Discord?
No, but when we had a conversation, I actually went on the website
Hmm.
and I went to click it, and I've actually joined.
Ah,
But
beautiful.
that's about, yeah,
Great,
yeah.
great.
I've
So is
actually,
what we've done in our Discord, which is our server, is we've created a channel specifically for grants and financials. And so this is kind of
yeah,
where you'll live, and where your things particular to you will be. Now, you can set up notifications in Discord where only if someone tags you with an @ sign and your username will your
yeah.
notification go off, or you can do it however you want. But all of us on the team have kind of taken the pledge to just check Discord and keep updated on a daily basis. It doesn't mean you have to, answer anything or whatever, but just to keep up to date of what's going on. Because I've created a document that I shared with Salam, and he is probably already shared with you. But if not, I've put it in the Discord channel that you will be able to see that talks specifically. It is a financial and status report that explains our finances for the last since 2020 up until 24. So these numbers that you're talking about needing to look at are in this report. And in this channel, I can easily discuss financial questions with you, or we can get you into the Notebook LM tool, in which case we would you'd be able to ask your own questions about our financials or whatever. So there is a report, and I'm glad that you've joined Discord. That's where our communication for the organization takes place beyond this meeting. We do have one other standing meeting that is a Wednesday, I'm sorry, a Friday meeting with our Ghana team. I don't know if you'll be asked you'll probably be more a part of that meeting than you will this meeting, because I believe Salam will bring your status updates to this meeting. But those are kind of where things play out in Discord, all of the meeting announcements, etc.
Okay. So in respect to the document, he has shared it with me,
Okay.
and yes, he has shared it with me. So probably I'll ask a couple of questions on it, maybe when we transition from the phase that we are on now, that
Uh-huh.
I can ask directly or in respect to it. But I think this information was in respect to me putting the documents together for the Give Direct for the two couple of years in respect to the applications for next year.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Well,
Yeah.
I'll definitely ask questions in regards to it.
Yeah,
Or you
that's
want
great.
us to do it now? Okay.
That's great. We absolutely follow up questions or anything that you need. We're available. And the best way to communicate is in Discord, because then all the board members are there. The Presidio is there. So all of the dialogue, Salam is there. We can bring him into conversations. If Ben has input, he can provide it. And that's why we created the Discord community. So your questions are best asked in Discord. And when they are,
Okay.
we'll go ahead and follow up with those answers there.
All right.
And they
That's right. So I'll ask them there.
Yeah, great. And then we can verbalize communication on Fridays meetings if that works for you, when it works for you.
No, that works fine.
Okay, great.
We can verbalize it on Friday. But I'll ask the in the Discord maybe after this call
Yeah.
on the figures.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Because if there are questions, it's good for everybody to be on the same page because we're all human and we all make mistakes. So it's good that we are able to look over each other's shoulder and make sure that we have that type of communication. And I'll just say my favorite statement is the hardest thing this organization does is communication. And so we have to be very transparent and solid with our communication, and that's why we use Discord.
Yeah. So okay, I think even just on a side, the thing the clarification is in respect to whether I'll be able to get data on give basic needs alone
Yeah,
because because I'm putting the accounts together for give basic. I think what I have seen by far is for the group or is from the Kulese Family Foundation. So which I presume is it also has give basic needs embedded inside.
just for clarification, in so we are a U.S. Nonprofit private operating
Yeah.
foundation named the Calusi Family Foundation, and we
Yes.
have a doing business as Give Basic Needs. So you
Okay.
can assume that all of the numbers or anything that we say about the Calusi Family Foundation is exactly the same for Give Basic Needs. There's no difference.
Okay, then that's fine. Then that is
Yeah,
fine. That is fine.
yeah,
I thought maybe it's for the group, and then there's information. There's a different set of information that lists only for give basic needs. The one here in Ghana.
yeah.
But if
No,
it's whatever
yes,
that is here listed, that's fine.
yeah, yeah. So all of those are the same. And the only reason that we're going to structure this is just a little background, and Salam can correct me if I'm wrong. The only reason we're going to structure it as a parent Calusi Family Foundation and then Give Basic Needs under it in Ghana is because Ghana doesn't recognize the doing business as. So we have to create this hierarchy in Ghana. That hierarchy does not exist in the US because they are one.
Okay, that is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. Okay.
Excellent. Yeah, I don't have anything more. I'm grateful for Salifu being willing to communicate in Discord openly in that realm, and it's really good because not only are the board members there, not only everybody on this call, but potential donors who are looking for transparency also may be in Discord, and so they want to know what's going on, and this is the best way for them to engage as well. So I think that the questions that you asked there, I'll be happy to answer those, or the Presidio will, or Salam will, or Benny will. So I think for the rest of the people that are on the call, beyond Salifu, I think this is another reason that you really need to be checking Discord daily. Uh, just even if it's just to read, you don't need to comment anything like that, but you just need to keep up to date and be aware that we're about to grow this organization, and communication is the hardest thing we do, and we need to be on top of it. So thank you for that, and I just wanted to put that out as a reminder to everyone else. Salam, Benny, Luke, Daniel, Elaina, myself, and the Presidio. So yeah, it's good.
Very good. All right.
Very good.
Well, in the interest of time, we'll go ahead and wrap up. We'll defer the other action items until next Sunday. But Daniel, did you have anything else?
Nope.
Okay. Ben?
No.
Luke?
Nope.
Salifu?
No, I'm perfectly fine, and I'm okay with the engagement. I'm okay.
Excellent, excellent. Elaina?
Nothing from me.
Okay, Salam?
No, except that I just want Salifu to give some clarification with regards to the audit firm he recommended.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, the CFO have keen interest that the audit firm's procedure should and must be in accordance to the international financial reporting standards. So I just wanted that clarification off. Then also, um, because we do not have the Kolosi Family Foundation set up yet in Ghana, assuming we identify a grant, say next month or February or even March, um, before you are in Ghana, the directors are in Ghana to help set up the Kolosi Family Foundation. Is it okay for a grant application to be submitted in the name of Give Basic Needs, since Give Basic Needs is the same as the Kolosi Family Foundation in the US and is the same Give Basic Needs in Ghana? But Kolosi Family Foundation, before it is registered in Ghana, will be the same as Give Basic Needs in the US, but not the same as Give Basic Needs in Ghana. And so, in such a situation, should a grant be going in the name of Give Basic Needs? And also, if so, then Salifu, in preparing the accounts with the auditors, should have it bear the name Give Basic Needs instead of Kolosi Family Foundation. I'm just making this point in reference to the document the CFO has provided.
Mm-hmm. It's very good.
Salam. Okay. So I think in respect to
I'm
the
sorry,
audit.
just I'm sorry to interrupt just one thing. So Salam, I don't I those are excellent questions, and I want to just go to the first one in that Salifu, have you been provided the RFP for the account the audit firm that I created?
So I've seen the. So first of all, what the discussion I had with Salam in respect to these auditors was that I am very particular about how much we'll be spending as audit fees.
Uh-huh.
So what I could do was recommend a firm, because I'm also involved. So what I don't do not do audit. I do accounts preparation. Then we identify auditors to come and review the documents and sign off. So I
Mm-hmm.
have quite a number of audit firms here in Ghana.
Uh-huh.
I've recommended one for him.
Uh-huh.
If we want to go through the RFP form, I am having the feeling that we might end up getting an audit fees that might not be sustainable,
Uh-huh.
or might be weighing us down. So these are people that I've worked with for some time.
Mm-hmm.
All what I can do is
So
prepare
sorry.
their.
So just to interrupt. So that's perfect. I completely respect that, and I want to go with who you've recommended. My concern is that they have the deliverable. They've read the RFP, and you agree. You and they and the three of us, right? So Give Basic Needs, yourself, and the audit firm have all agreed not that they don't need to go through the RFP process, but they need to agree to the RFP deliverables.
So I think what I've mentioned, Salam, tomorrow around the same time, 5 p.m., I'll be arranging a call for myself and Salam and the auditors on the call for us to discuss the RFP and also give them an understanding of exactly the organization and what we need from them.
Uh-huh.
When they get the background right and what we need from them and the future engagement we want to put them on, then we can have them to sign and give us an engagement letter that will capture all the scope that is needed, and we'll also have a conversation on the fee that is highly reasonable that we can accommodate.
Yeah.
Definitely, I know maybe because I'm on this platform, or Salam will definitely escalate that to you if you can't make a decision on that call, or maybe when the documents are ready. But what I do know is that they cannot also go ahead to sign off without any engagement letter. So which will have to capture all the RFP points you indicated. So we are going to have a call for them to understand the business, what we need from them, and also let them understand that it is just an organization in a position to help, not a corporation that is there to run business, make gains. And so we'll be making a call tomorrow evening, and for them to conclude on all these things, and a document definitely will be shared with you before you sign off.
Yeah. So if you could include the Presidio and myself in that meeting, we would definitely like to participate.
No problem.
Yeah. So I don't know if you want to, however you want to do that, if you want to send a meeting invite or you want to do a WhatsApp call, however you want to do it, just so we can, both of us can hear in on the auditor. We don't, we're just so we can participate in the meeting and make sure that, I'm sure that you, both of you will be able to facilitate the discussion regarding the RFP that I put together, even though we're not putting out an RFP, just that the requirements are met. I'm sure that you're able to do that, but what that'll allow is it'll allow the Presidio to make the decision after the call, as if this is the immediate, relatively quickly, that this is in fact the auditor we want to go with, based on your recommendations, based on Salam's knowledge, and based on the RFP and the call conversation.
That's fine. So I can set up a Zoom meeting. So I'll just make the calls and make sure that the meeting is locked up for that time, and I will share the link with Salam. Salam will share it with you. Then we can all hook up onto the call and close it up.
Yeah, that's great. And we can do, you can share that in Discord, and we can join that way, or you can share it any way that you wish. Yeah. And Discord is best because then we have a good record of it and everyone can get to it.
All right. That's perfect.
Yeah, so that's a great question, Salam, and thank you for bringing that up. And you had a second part of the question, I think, that we need to get to.
I just want to catch the other board members up because they're probably wondering the whole audit thing.
Yeah.
So in order for us to continue to open the bank account in Ghana, we need to have an audit of our foundation to make sure everything's in the up and up and things like that. And so that is what Salifu and Salam are talking about. They have identified or in the process of identifying a company to be able to audit us so we can get this letter to the bank saying that we are legit and we can open the bank account.
And I'll add one thing to that is that while the bank requires that, in a meeting that we had with Ghana, the Ghana team on Friday, we concluded that while the audit for the bank is important, the most important part of the audit is for validation for the grant writing process. So we're more likely to get grants if in fact we've been audited. So Salifu has shared this information with us. We've digested it, and this is a clear direction that we want to go. So more importantly than the bank account, it's our ability to get these grants in the future that will need our books to be audited, as well as our execution. And so that's why I put together the RFP, the request for proposal, with the requirements that the auditing company needs to deliver. And then Salifu is scheduling a meeting tomorrow with Salam, myself, the Presidio, and Salifu, the four of us with the audit team, to go over the requirements in the RFP so that we can make sure the audit is done in a complete, acceptable way for the organization for applying for these grants that we hope to get in the 2026 year, as well as open the bank account.
All right, Salam, we want to continue with your question? Or did you have more?
Okay, so before I just continue with the question, I just want to make a quick clarification that the audit in particular is not for the account opening. For the account opening, we need the audit firm, which we are appointing to just issue us an introductory letter or auditor's reference
Yes.
for the organization to actually set up the account. The audit particularly is for our tax compliance purposes and also for our grant application purposes, just to make sure we are in good standing. And like Salifu indicated on Friday, um, to also fulfill a requirement to do annual filing of our books at the Registrar General every year as an organization in Ghana. Yes. So
Yeah, so this is an excellent point, Salam, and the reason that we're scrutinizing the audit firm now to write this letter regarding the bank account is that this will be our auditor. Is we want to make sure that midway, and this is for the board members, midway through our process, we don't have to change auditors. We want to get the right auditor to sign the letter for the bank, and we want the same auditor to stay with us as we audit our books, do the filings that are required for taxes in Ghana, but also provide a reputable source, audit source for the grants that Salifu plans on writing. Excellent point, Salam.
yes. So my second question was um, for the books to be prepared in the name of Give Basic Needs. As so, my understanding is that if everything goes well, we are going to have Salifu and the CFO probably collaborate and prepare the books for the external auditors to audit those books probably as soon as possible, as we intend to apply for grants in 2026. So my question was that um, Give Basic Needs in Ghana is not the same as Kolosi Family Foundation at the moment because the Kolosi Family Foundation is not set up yet. But in the US, Give Basic Needs is the same as the Kolosi Family Foundation because both the doing business as is set up and the Kolosi Family Foundation is also set up. So, will it be recommended that in preparing those books, the books should be sitting in the name of Give Basic Needs because the grants would likely target Ghana or Africa, so to say. I just so that Salifu and everyone of us here will have that clarification.
Uh-huh.
Very good.
Okay, so probably just to maybe to give a bit of my take on it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so because we are reporting on the performance of a particular entity, that entity predominantly needs to be registered with the Registrar General. And we're looking at performance preceding this year. So we're looking at performance 2023, 2024, even 2022. So, and it's a report that, so for instance, this report, though I think the figures are in USD, I'll have to use the closing rates for this particular years and convert them into the Ghana cedi and prepare them in Ghana cedis so that they can be substantially usable for either filing or even for the application process, right? So, and beyond that, too, even the auditors cannot sign off a foreign currency denominated accounts. It has to be locally. So that will say that predominantly all the figures relates to a business that was operated or was done here in Ghana. So if Give Basic Needs is the one that was incorporated or operating for the past couple of years, then it's understandable to have the financial statement worded in the name of Give Basic Needs, so that everything, even in the process of the application of the grant, when we submit the registration documents of Give Basic Needs, the financial statement also goes with it, so that everything, there's not like there's one name here and there's another in here. So I think the registration if it's in give basic needs, I haven't seen it though, but if it's in give basic needs, then the financial statement must be prepared in the name of give basic needs using the local currencies.
Yeah, it's good clarification, Salifu. And if you, I can easily generate that report in any currency you want. I mean, obviously Ghana CD, but if you give the exchange rate to that report and ask it to convert Notebook LM to convert it, it will convert it all to you for you. I mean,
Okay.
so yeah,
Okay.
if you want those kinds of requests are important to communicate with me or to use Notebook LM to do. And once you get more familiar with Notebook LM, you'll be able to obviously do it. It's very easy to do. But with that, I will just let me know of those types of things before you spend a lot of time. If a task is going to take you more than an hour, just let me know in Discord. Hey, is there an easy way to do this? Because I might be able to do it in 2 seconds.
All right, that's great.
yeah. So keep that in
That's
mind.
good.
If those kinds of things are very easy for AI to do. So if you have things that are like, hey, I'm struggling with this, can you help me? Then yeah, I'll be all over it and we'll get it done.
Great.
Yeah. I do have one more question for Salifu. Oh, sorry, Salam. Did your question get answered?
Yes.
Beautiful. Thank you for that clarification, Salam. Excellent points. One question that I had for you, Salifu, is would it be okay with you if we built you an email address at Give Basic Needs for these types of business transactions and email correspondence that might need to take place and document sharing?
Oh, that's fine. That's perfectly okay, and highly understandable. It's
Okay.
fine.
Okay, great. So is
Yeah.
what I'll do is I will build you a Give Basic Needs. I'll take the action item to build you a Salifu at givebasicneeds.org email address. And then that way, anyone who has correspondence or needs to share a document with you in our Google Workspace can simply share it with you via that means. And you can keep all of our business separate from the other things you might be working on.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Okay. Excellent. Good.
Yeah, I did have one other topic. I totally apologize for going long. These
quick.
meetings, very quick. I'm going to ask Salam, status on the news reporting of our latest medical event project in Tamale with the media houses. Where is that? And so that Ben can proceed with our WhatsApp writing and page creation.
Yeah. So I've shared the news item with our media contact.
Okay.
He has okayed it, and he said from tomorrow he will share with me which media house is ready to carry it, and then I will make the payment to him, and it will be published.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Beautiful. And that's excellent, Salam. Thank you for that. That's excellent work. And Benny, for you, that means that should be the final public media outlet post that you need to create the WhatsApp page for the organization, correct?
Yeah, sure.
Great.
That's correct.
Great.
Okay. Well, thank you all. Sorry for going over a little bit. That happens to us sometimes. But everybody, I appreciate you attending. Great questions, great conversation. We're looking forward to working with you, Salifu. We're very, very excited and appreciate everyone's effort. And we will see you again next week.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.
All right.
Thank
Bye
you.
Thank
bye.
you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Week.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.